It's hard to get out of that modern woman thinking. Church isn't going to save you these days, bro. They're not really interested in really meeting anybody. You can't negotiate attraction, man.
What?
Dating apps make it easy to find love.
No. Makes it easy to find sex and situations.
Yeah.
No. That's it. Like, no.
And who's responsible for the influx of dating apps?
The science,
developers.
Let's go into the data. The science proves it. So research has been done that the way the dating apps work, it is that 80%, actually 90% of the women are choosing the top 10 to 20% of men on there. And it's usually based on looks, height, and money.
You heard 10 to 20? I heard 5%.
Well, they like to skew it. I'm just going on what the numbers say. Like if you look at the research, if we
say?
Money,
you heard 10 to 20.
10 to 20% of men on there. 80%, actually 90% of the women are choosing the top 10 to 20% of men on.
No, she's got that completely wrong. It's the 98-2 rule now. Technically 95-5, but what happens is only 2% of the 5% of men actually successfully go on the date and participate in the so-called hookup culture. It's not 80-20. That's just the Pareto principle that she's regurgitating.
There, and it's usually based on looks. I actually think it's lower than that. And so the women are just swiping right. The majority of women, I think the comparison was 2 to 100 in terms of people who are in who swipe right on a woman. Men will swipe 100 and women will only swipe 2. So it's like it is women own these dating apps, and a lot of dating apps put fake women on there. Mm-hmm. And some women who are on there who look good, they're actually just
By the way, the fake women on dating apps, the developers themselves insert those profiles on purpose. It's an entire system. It's called chasing the dragon in psychological terms. But what they make you do is, or I should say, once you open up a brand new account, you're fresh, never been done before on that phone or computer, whatever. What they do is they'll send you a bunch of fake women that are extremely hot up front. They front load your dopamine into thinking, holy hell, there's nothing but hot chicks on this app. And then what ends up happening, like a sucker, because you're like, wow, I want to see more and more hot women, because by then you get like that artificial wall that blocks you from swiping more and more. So they create the scarcity. You buy it like a retard. And what happens is then you start to get the real matches all around you, and you're done for. It's going to be nothing but cave trolls, uggos, and you still get no matches, because after you have paid money, then they gatekeep you from everybody so they can get you to spend even more money on even more whatever silver, gold, diamond, big D edition, whatever of Tinder, so that you keep spending, you keep buying super likes, you keep buying whatever all the stupid shit that they invent on there to help your chances find a mate. It's artificial.
Selling their old.
Dude, it's broken on purpose. Back when I was using Tinder in like college days and stuff, they didn't have any of this. There was no Tinder red, gold, whatever the colors are. That didn't exist. It was just super basic, and you match with whoever was around you, and it wasn't limited in any way. They hadn't monetized it in the way they do today. And dude, it worked for everybody. Was matching with people. It wasn't this ridiculous, I only get 3 matches in a month kind of shit. You were getting a ton of matches. Everybody, even my ugly friends. They may not be like quality matches, but the app was working. Nobody had to pay anything.
I don't know if you can say the word here. I don't know if
not
it
the
hurts
same
it.
today.
But like their OF, or they're saying, go to my Instagram or go to my OF or hit me up on here, or my Cash App is here. So even the women who...
Yeah, the real women that are on there, most likely prosties. They're professionals and they're working the system. It's super easy to get on a app like Tinder or Bumble or whatever. All you have to do is link drop your socials, which links drop your OnlyFans or whatever your private content. Subscribe to me here, Cash App me this. You got lonely morons that'll just Cash App her just for nothing, just to say, hey, beautiful, because they think that'll get her attention. And then you have the morons that get hooked on her $4.99 OF subscription. It's there to make money. They're not really interested in really meeting anybody unless you're that really top 2%er.
Who are swiping right. There's a lot of scamming and all of these other things. And a lot of men are genuinely looking for love. And again, from 18 to 30,
not on Tinder. Trust me. Men are not. They're just looking for sex. It's just, it's hard to get it.
There is 3 times the number of men who are virgins and sexless versus women. So women own these dating apps, and we're responsible for the men that we're choosing. We're not giving average men a chance, because we're picking things on vanity and things that don't have lasting value.
Dating apps are for people who want to have sex, as you said. Dating apps are not necessarily for people who want to find love. I would say that love is actually harder to find in this day and age anyway, anywhere that you go, whether it be in a club, whether it be at a bar, whether it be on dating apps.
Don't go there. Instagram a dating app, and would you say the same thing for Instagram?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
The latest statistic I saw is 80% of people now meet from dating apps. I don't even know what the remainder percentage is for work, because work used to be the number one place people met. So a vast majority meet on dating apps, and the small remainder left is at work. This is where people meet now. It's becoming a fairy tale for quite a bit of the normal population to just go out and about organically meeting someone. Oops, bumped into her on accident while I was grabbing a coffee. Oh, I was in the grocery store getting a bagel, and like I turned around, the most beautiful woman ever, and I had to go up and say hi, and that's how we met. And shit doesn't happen anymore.
I would. I know that when I actually know that when I was single, I was on Instagram and someone DM'd me, and within 3 hours I was at their house.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I was risky.
I think it's better for women who are looking for better quality, because to me, Instagram I'm not on dating apps at all. That has brought me, because I'm actually putting out quality content on there. So guys are seeing my mind, not just a picture of me looking cute and just some caption that I decide to write, but they're hearing their mind, hearing the quality. I'm able to go and see what they're talking about, their friends, who they actually are. And you can I think Instagram is a better place to vet if you really want to. And I'm getting the quality is amazing, in my opinion, as a woman who's looking to be a wife.
But you use Instagram from a business perspective. The majority of women are not using it from a business perspective.
I want to hear, for the average chick, not a girl that's got her butt all over Instagram, just like normal pictures, nothing crazy. Would you say that Instagram is a good way to meet people for women?
I think the best way...
from the men's
you
point
asking
of view,
me? No. The best way to meet a person is out in the real life. We need to get out in front of these ones and zeros and get out into the real world and just start to meet people. Here's the thing, is that from a dating app perspective, it removes being able to talk to women. It becomes completely vanity. It becomes completely how good your photographer was. It becomes completely your angles and this and that.
Let's go, boys.
Listen, at the end of the day, women, if you want to meet good guys, if you want to meet good girls, you got to do it in real life.
Yes.
You know, so much of this digital ecosystem, listen, I love technology at the end of the day. I utilize technology. Technology has allowed me to quit my 9-to-5. I will forever utilize technology.
Preach.
But I got to understand, when does it benefit me, and then when does it not? And I think like a lot of younger people today don't understand it because they only have seen it with technology here. I grew up when internet was not even a thing. I've seen life before internet, and then I see it after internet. And at the end of the day, listen, women are going to fall in love with what they hear, not necessarily what they see. So of course, 2 women per 100 is going to swipe right to left. Of course. Because
what about Instagram,
the visual is not as important.
Instagram, I think, is different, because let's just say all of us
See, it's hard to get out of that modern woman thinking. She's trying to cope with her decision of using Instagram as a mating tool to find her man of her dreams. It's not going to end well. I'm going to tell you right now. Instagram is basically the biggest dating app. Tinder's just specifically designed for that, but what goes down in the DMs of IG, it's the same shit. Doesn't matter. You're not finding Mr. Right on Instagram. Ryan, the eating word. Thanks, brother. Soon people will meet in VR, and the love of their life will be a 40-year-old dude that lives in a basement disguised as an anime girl. I honestly believe that's going to be a reality soon.
In here, we've met through digital. We've met through internet. Like, I would not know Pearl if it was not for the internet. I would not know you. I would not know Maggie. I would not know Sarah Garvey. But I'm saying there are men that I have met that I'm able to.
But you're not meeting average men. You're not meeting average men. You're meeting above average men.
Yes.
So let's talk about not the outliers. Let's talk about the majority. For the majority of people, dating apps do not benefit. Real life, in-person conversations.
Instagram. I'm against dating apps.
I consider Instagram a dating app.
I don't think.
Well, it's multi-purpose.
I'm just curious.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm just
curious. My dad is on there. Okay, my dad comments on my stuff.
I want to hear from the men's point of view.
What?
Do you guys, if you guys,
what? Are you serious? The coping already started.
You guys DM a girl on Instagram. Would you be taking her seriously, or is that more for a casual thing?
No, because I'll answer that, but to go back to what MTR was saying is that most younger men are socially awkward because myself, maybe Melanie, maybe
They don't know how to
MTR,
talk to women.
they don't know how to talk to women. But we grew up in a time before the internet, so we could socialize with people, and it wasn't a thing. We could talk face to face. We could start up conversations. But generally, the men of today, the reason why
I'm asking about you. I'm asking about you personally.
No,
I know you were in a
take
relationship, but when you were single, if you DM'd a girl on Instagram, was that for casual or for serious?
It depends on the mindset that I was in. Mm-hmm. If there was a time when I was
so you would do both
single.
So
I would do both.
So you would, so
I would actually do
Instagram
both.
could hypothetically for you good avenue.
Yeah.
Okay, same thing.
Yeah. So
For you.
by my specific results. Now, throughout my life, I had not been looking for a relationship. It's been since college since I've been in like a hard, cold-blooded relationship where I was like, okay, that's my girlfriend, and she was like, that's my boyfriend. So generally, when I hit up women on Instagram, it is for not relationship. Now, but at the same time, no, it don't mean that like into the future. If I was to do that in the future, it would just be vetted specifically for not relationship. But to me, at the end of the day, women need to understand this. If a guy's not ready, he's not ready.
It depends on your mindset.
If a guy is not ready, he is not ready. So during my periods of not ready, if I hit you up, what's up?
Okay.
But see, I don't lie to women at the end of the day. I let them know.
So Instagram, it's either or. I'm just curious. Either or.
I would say it depends.
Oh my God.
No, it's used for, you could use it for both, but mostly hooking up. It's so easy. Dude, when you're part of a group like this, where you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars, when you have a blue check mark, when you have some sort of recognition from the public, you can do what MTR said very, very easily. You can be that upfront because of the pre-selection, the value you already bring to the table. Women know, like, oh shit, this is some famous YouTube guy and probably makes a ton of money. He lives a crazy lifestyle. He knows all these people. They've probably seen him when they open up their app. You can just say, hey, I'm not really looking for anything serious. And the women will just flip that around and be like, oh my God, this guy, he's like so valuable. He's being so upfront with me. That's so hot. Finally. Think about it. He can be real upfront and the women will agree and go, thank you. God, it's so nice to have a man that's honest. And they're down. And then they're down for the fun.
That's what I said. Yeah,
I think because Instagram is also used more than just dating. A dating app is just for relationships, sex. It's about romantic interactions. Instagram, it could be business. It can be like you're showing your family, your parents. It could be a lot of things.
I just really want to hear from the three guys. Okay. So
if you go... sorry.
Go ahead.
If you go off the majority of what people use Instagram for, it is not a good place to find love. Okay. And stop. Period. Right there.
I asked for you.
Yeah, for me, I know I answered for me, period.
Okay.
Yeah. I gave you the answer.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm only 25, but I remember making my first Instagram when it come out. And the first thing that come to mind was, I wonder how many girls I can talk to now. Straight away, it was just a casual, it was nothing. Maybe because I was younger, I'm not too sure about how I would be now if I was single. Maybe if I was, even now, I think it'd only be casual for me. I don't think you could actually go onto a dating app and try to find love. Because even at the point now, I was speaking to my single friends now, and I've said, how's your love life going? Well, you was out the other night, how did that go? And he went, I went to speak to a girl. Well, how'd that go? And he went, she freaked out. Well, what do you mean she freaked out? She goes, well, because I approached her. It's almost got to the point now where dating apps have destroyed the interaction between male and female.
Talk about
where
it.
Women are now, when a man approaches them, they're like, who's this creep? And they freak out. They really do. I think maybe, I could be wrong, but I think men are more open to trying to speak to...
If you're an average looking guy, the mentality of automatic he's a creep definitely permeates throughout society. But books like 50 Shades of Grey already show us that what they really want is for you to do all that kinky, dirty stuff, to approach them, to take control, to dominate, all that. As long as you're hot, as long as you got money. You can't negotiate attraction, man.
Women in public, whereas I don't think women are anymore.
Who is more afraid of commitment in modern dating, men or women?
Women.
Women?
They're afraid of getting hurt. The pattern that we have created for ourselves ultimately, right? Dealing with situationships, things of that sort. If you've been dealing with a counterfeit so long, how do you...
I would have to say men. And my first thought comes, most men that are successful in the dating market don't want to settle down because of how many options they have and how easy it is to get them. A man's like, biological prerogative is to just replicate, constantly pump and dump without any consequences needing to raise a kid or whatever. That's like the very bottom fundamental male in all species. Women would love to settle down with a guy. They just want to settle down with that one guy that every other woman wants to settle down with. Women would love to say yes, get off the market, finally have a man hug them at night, every night, have a little kid or two running around. But it's just, it has to be the right guy. A dude doesn't care if he bags a 10, a 2, 8, whatever, as long as he's bagging, pumping, dumping, and he's out. Jacob, what do you think about people finding partners at church? For example, LDS has a single ward for members 18 to 31 and different activities to meet other single members. Church isn't going to save you these days, brother. I don't know what to tell you. If she lives in America, you're always at risk. The laws aren't in your favor. Rule number 1, the laws aren't in your favor.
It's real. Right. And so we're afraid to get ourselves emotionally involved and become vulnerable and intimate with someone because we don't know if it's the real deal, because we don't know and we've never been taught how to identify what the real is. So we're afraid because, like they said, when men are ready, period. They're committing. But now you look out and there's nothing to commit to.
Do you think women really can't tell the difference between a guy who's going to settle down and a guy who won't?
Agreed.
Or
in this day and
Good
age,
question, Pearl.
in this day and age,
especially when a lot of the guys tell the girls up front.
Like she said.
I'm just curious, out of the guys, just really quick, when you guys were in hoe phase of life, did you tell the girls?
How dare
Absolutely.
you? How dare you?
I was 100% honest. This is where I'm at in life, but they always try to change you.
Yeah.
Would they get mad later?
Yes.
MTR
You was always
was.
the
100%. Dude, it can start, and then it starts like this almost all the time in casual sex. If you're successful, you tell them you just want to be friends. They probably say, okay, cool, let's just be friends. Hell, some women are still jacked in the brain that they'll actually tell the guy, I just want to be friends, nothing serious. Cool story, bro. I'm for it 100%. Trust me, not going to catch feelings. Not even a month goes by. So can we talk? Look, I just wanted to tell you, like, I wasn't expecting this to happen, but you're, like, actually a really great guy. And, you know, I said we weren't going to get feelings, but, you know, things change and cut that shit off. Nope. You said friends only. Later. Moving on to the next. That's how it happens. And then this is how they get on TikTok and start saying men aren't shit, all this stuff, and they're so butthurt.
evil one.
Was.
Huh?
Same thing.
R.
Same thing.
R was.
R in the face.
I've never had a whole face.
Okay.
I'm a nice
okay,
guy.
Angel.
Yeah. But I agree. I struggle with the term counterfeit because that assumes that a man is presenting himself as a husband candidate or relationship ready. I think oftentimes we see what we want to see and we blow past what they say and we end up hurting ourselves but blaming it on the men.
Do you think that's true or false?
I think that's true. I was thinking in terms of counterfeit
Jerome Powell, get off of this stream and go fix the economy.
relationships, not the men being counterfeits, right? They've dealt with so many situationships and things like that. They don't know what a real relationship looks like, right? So even when a guy, they have trust issues, right?
So what do you mean they don't know what a real relationship looks like? They've never seen a real relationship?
Precisely.
Daddy issues.
Daddy issues, trust issues. And to Camille's point, all of her friends, right? She'll have a real conversation with them and then 2 weeks later they're talking back to the same guy. Why? Because you know what it's about. Why do you keep availing yourself to that process? Why do we keep going in these circular motions? Because it's comfort with being hurt, right? It takes some level of vulnerability, trust, healing to make ourselves available for something new and different. And because we're unfamiliar with what that new is going to be, sometimes we're too afraid to open ourselves up to that, to explore.
I think we know. We just don't want what we really should have. I think we want to force what we want on someone else when if we're just supposed to be in a regular relationship, we have a hard time accepting that. I think that's more of what it is. I disagree that it's
Why? Who do you want? Like Prince Charming or something?
I think every girl does. I mean, that's how we're socialized. But I think the problem is, like you all said, we all grew up before the internet. We were able to look at pop culture or entertainment and say, oh, that's a great show. And it ended there. I never in my wildest dreams expected that I would be driving a luxury car in my 20s or having elaborate dates. Like that was not the real world, but somehow the lines have been blurred because of culture, because of moms, because of whatever.
Social media.
And now we think what we see out there is what we're supposed to be living over here. And
100%.
I don't think modern women today want Prince Charming.
Who do they want?
They want Superman. They want to take Superman and make him Clark Kent. But they just don't want Clark Kent. They want to tame Superman. They want to tame the alpha.
Facts.
They want the alpha to want them and only them in a monogamous.
Yeah, it's all about control. This taming thing is so real, man. Every woman thinks she's going to be the one that's going to get him to change his ways. Like if you have a man that needs to change his ways, you're up. It's not going to happen, sis. Get ready to get hurt and go on TikTok and tell the world.
Relationship. They don't want Prince Charming off of deck. I go over my channel time and time again. Good guys, nice guys, pedestalizing them, being simps, giving them the world, and then they get upon. They don't want Prince Charming. They want Superman to convert him into Clark Kent.
And then how often does that happen?
Never.
Russell Wilson.
There you
Rarely.
go. One.
Ciara's prayer. Meanwhile, she's still up in the Oscars half-ass naked.
That's right.
The nerve of you, Ciara. Grow up. You're a mother. Times 2
Can I
or
just
3.
say Savannah James looked like...
We should be
it was
talking about Savannah
glorious.
James
She
way
looked
more
like
than Ciara.
Yeah, let's not... Savannah James was the standard on that Oscars red carpet. She owned it. It was hers. She looked like a bride all over.
All right. Don't care about that portion. Just pearly things, the usual.